Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Blue Chip Drip coming to you live back home here in beautiful South Carolina. Uh, made it back from Juarez, Mexico, okay. And just a word to the wise, if you ever decide you want to venture down into Mexico and take a drive, let me back up. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. You need to do your own research to make decisions best suited for you. I'm just a guy, or as Driptopian would say, I'm a bloke out here on YouTube, just sharing my journey and trying to give back to the king of DeFi, the Drip Network. Um, just got back from Juarez, Mexico, and as I was saying, if you ever decide you're going to drive into Mexico, uh, just be advised that their interstate, their autopista, when you cross over the border from the United States into Mexico, which that zone for about probably, I don't know, 100 miles or so between the border and further south is called La Frontera. It's the frontera, because that's where you just cross over into Mexico. I think that's why they call it La Frontera. Anyway, their interstate, as I was saying, is it's like ours. It's two lanes on each side. You got two lanes going in one direction, and on the other side you got two lanes coming in the other direction, and that's all cool and everything. But as you go further south, like for instance, when I was there, my brother-in-law had to deliver a car all the way in Guanajuato, which is about a 14, 15-hour drive south. My wife had business to take care of with her mother. So, I said, what a cool opportunity. I'll go with my brother in law and get to see, the countryside of Mexico. So we jumped on, I think they called it 45. Can't remember. It was their interstate going south, sort of down the center of Mexico toward Chihuahua, and then Durango, which is Gomez Palacio, and Zacatecas, and towards Mexico City. We ended up stopping in Guanajuato, which is about 3 or 4 hours north of Mexico City. And smack dab in the middle of what they call the Golden Triangle. You have Chihuahua, Durango, and Sonora. That's like the golden cocaine triangle, but I'm not a cocaine head or whatever, but that's what people call it. Anyway, driving down the interstate, it's two lanes on each side, but as you go further south, all of a sudden it turns into two lanes. One lane going that we were in going south, and then the other lane coming north. Now, if you want to pass somebody, like here in the United States, if you're on a two-lane road and you want to pass somebody, you wait for the dotted line and you check to see if there's no oncoming traffic and you pass. Not the deal in Mexico. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie The Scout. There's a part with this baseball scout. He's pissed off his bosses with the New York Yankees, so they send him down into Mexico scouting. But he's on this bus, and here's a bus coming in the other lane, and this car decides to pass between them. So he just kind of shoots that gap in between the oncoming traffic and the vehicle that's in front of him, and the guy's screaming, and it's all funny and everything. I always thought it was pretty cool. But I'm riding with my brother-in-law in his car, and similar situation. We're on a two-lane interstate, and there's a truck in front of him, like a dump truck, and here's a dump truck coming. He decides to pass. He puts his left blinker on, goes to pass. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So the dump truck moves over kind of a little bit on the shoulder, maintains the same speed, and then the dump truck coming the other way from the opposing traffic lane he moves over the shoulder to create a big enough gap in between for my brother-in-law to pass. And I was like, what the hell? This shit is real. I thought that was just in the movies, but turns out that's pretty much a system they got down there. It's actually pretty cool once you get used to it. However, if I would have ventured down there by myself, which I've been known to do in my life, and somebody would have passed me with oncoming traffic, it would have freaked me out. So now I know, and now I'm telling you guys, if you ever go down there, be prepared to drive like a maniac. But anyway, enough said on that. I also wanted to point out my drip whale, and you notice I have it upside down, and that's because I'm ready for drip to make a reversal and go up. So that's just sort of a voodoo thing I did. But anyway, I guess we're all sitting biting our nails waiting for the drip drop draw to come out, the utility, and then they have the piggy planko, which is supposed to come out. Right now, my position is in drip. I haven't ventured. When I first jumped in, as I've said in my other videos, I jumped in and drip, and then I jumped in some other projects. Those projects tanked, and ever since then, I've really been like, well, if I want to get froggy into jumping something else, I'll just create another wallet or do something in the farm. I just haven't seen anything else out there to give me a nice, warm, fuzzy, or secure feeling to jump into. And, when I first got into this, I set a goal of hitting a max wallet. And then I said, well, once I hit a max wallet, I'll figure out a claim airdrop type strategy so I can keep growing another wallet or whatever. But once the price dropped down low enough, I hit my max wallet quicker by dollar cost averaging, and now my strategy has changed because I see once you hit a max wallet, that's the hardest part. No, unless you got a lot of cash on hand or free capital or whatever you want to call it. Uh, it normally takes people at least a year or so or more to hit a max wallet. But it took me, it took me about a year to hit a max wallet. But I've been airdropping to my second wallet, which is just a little under 2 months old. Um, Once again, I've shown this wallet like 1,000 times already. I mean, 27,459. Claimed, which most of this is hydrate claimed. I've hardly ever taken anything out. A couple times when I was traveling, I wanted some gas and hotel money, but most of this is hydrating and dollar cost averaging. As you can see, I've only claimed 24,000 with the 100,000 max payout. That's probably why my whale tax is only about 15 to 20 drip a day versus more for some. From the way I understand it, once you hit that whale status, it's kind of based on the amount you've claimed. Uh, I don't know the exact breakdown. Maybe I'll study up on it and talk about it on my next video. However, instead of getting 270 drip in my rewards a day, I'm only getting like 249. So that means they're taking 270. They're taking about 21 drip a day in whale tax. So anyway, this is my maxed out wallet, and I want to switch over to my second wallet, which I screwed up and created a second wallet and didn't do anything with it. Then I created a third. It was more of an error type thing. So even though it says account 3, this is my second wallet. I wouldn't have any reason to have any secret wallets or anything like that. But So if I go to account 3 and I switch over, let me do a reconnect. Here we go. As you can see, I've already got 12,786 in my deposits. And, this wallet's just a little under 2 months old, maybe a month and a half. I have been dollar cost averaging. Couple of reasons. Um, no doubt, I don't have any doubts on Drip, Forex, the dev team, except I wish they'd hurry the hell up, man. Shit, come on. Anyway, Piggy Plunko. Anyway, uh, I don't have any doubt about the drip drop draw coming out and what it's going to do. So while the price is 46 cent, I'm like, man, a couple of different reasons. I'd like to hit this. I'd like to get this thing maxed out by the end of March. That way, I have 2 maxed out wallets. That way, I can use my second to get a third one going, and then what's left on my first, I'll use that to start getting some of my money back and help paying some bills, double up on my lap dances. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the 12,786. That's pretty good, I think, so far. Um, a couple of different reasons are that, I mean, when I first got into Drip, it was around 120, 130 bucks. I had like 6 or 7K sitting in different crypto coins. I took all that, stuck it in Drip, took another 3K that I had, just regular out of my bank, put in there. That got me up around 10K. And then once uh, I was hydrating, and once the price fell down like $30 or below, I kept in tune with things. Even though it was dropping, I kept following, kept the faith, and I started dollar cost averaging when it got down below $30. Uh, Probably 2 or 3 BNB a week, every week. Last time I tallied it up, I was somewhere 50, 55K into this. And I'm sitting here like, man, if I'm at 100K, if I got 100,000 in my max payout times 46, 100,000 times 46 cent. Well, that's 46,000. So it was like, you know, I'm at a loss. I got 60K. So by starting the second wallet, getting it beefed up, that gives me an opportunity to at least ROI and get into profit on this, with the price stays where it's at. But if it doesn't stay where it's at, another way I feel like I can offset that loss from paying so much when it came in high is if I can, buy the same amount or close to it while it's at 46 cent. In the long run, I feel like that may help offset that and put me in a bigger profit. Um, Once again, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, not financial advice. That's my crazy way of thinking. So I am continuing to try to buy probably 2 to 5. I know this week, well, when I did a video, you guys saw last video I did in Mexico, I bought like 2 fresh drip put in here. Then when I got back, I bought one, that's 3. And today I bought 2, that's 5. So within a week, I put 5 fresh BNB into this bad boy. Just it'd be great if I could, by the end of the month, I could get this to 2 max wallets, and that will make me feel like I've established a good position in the faucet. I have ventured into the farm a little bit. A couple videos ago, I stated that I had 20 something in the pig pen, and that was actually incorrect. I know you guys are laughing, man, saying, looking at this rookie. I've actually only got 17.50 pigs, and I really, you know, I just got some questions on it, some studying. I just pretty much just bought them and staked them in the pig pen because been following, the tutorials, and everybody saying pigs long term is going to be a great play. I got to study the mechanics on it because I know in a compound, the claimable pigs, they don't show up right away. My question, whether they show up like a day or two later, or am I doing something wrong there? But anyway, once I get my second wallet maxed out in drip, establish my strategy, I'm gonna start loading up heavy in the pig pen and start buying some dogs as well. So, I'm not writing the farm off. It's just not priority right now because I'm so heavy in the drip, and I'd like to get it kind of solidified in its position and where I'm going to go, and then start doing the thing, going more heavier into the animal farm. So, having said that, um, just kind of wanted to say hello to everybody, and try to contribute as best I can to the Drip Network. And I'm not a developer, and I don't know how to create these projects like some of the guys are out there doing it. So the best I can do is keep buying fresh drip, and even when it's time to claim responsibly, and try to make sure I'm giving back as much as I'm taking, so I can do my part in helping the project sustain and do good, and keep the attitudes positive. You know, I'm like everybody else. I get, frustrated when, you say, hey, man, what's going on? Why hasn't the drip, drop, draw launched yet? And I'm sure they've got their reasons, most of it being, you know, Forex doesn't want to stick something out there that's cartoonish or generic or fly by night. And most importantly, he wants it to be secure. So, we all have different plans. We have different strategies. There's some folks, they want to hit a max wallet and say, okay, I'm going to get a max wallet. I'm going to focus on ROIing. Once I ROI, then I'll start, splitting it up, claiming and airdropping and starting a second wallet. And some people like to start one, two, three wallets and kind of build them all as they're going, or go kind of heavy into the faucet, kind of heavy into the pig pen. Me personally, I don't want to be like halfway to my goal in one and halfway to my goal in the other. I'd like to hit my goal in one, being the faucet, because that's what I started with, and I'm almost there. And then I'll focus on, the animal farm. And anyway, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my channel. Hey, Dripology, man, I'm a catch you. Look at that bad boy. I know you hear me breathing right behind you, man. I'm coming. I'm coming to get you, man. Anyway, I watch Dripology's channel, and he's pretty heavy, man. He's got Max Wallet. He's got a second one that's a little bit more than this second one, and he's actually got a third one that's doing good. And looks like he's got pigs and dogs and a lot of plants. So another positive force in the ecosystem. Appreciate what you put out. Anyway, I think that's about it. I appreciate the time. Um, I'm trying to do a little studying on the charts and everything. I see a lot of YouTubers, they can bring these charts up, and I really don't know what I'm looking at. You can look, I can just say, well, this looks like if we go back a year, Okay, yeah. So I think I'm reading this right. You can see where the price started to come down from the all-time high and falling down and boom, kind of moving sideways. So maybe we can get a little, you know, we can get a little pump. One thing I can say though, if anybody can never call me a Johnny come lately or jump on the bandwagon when things are going good. I made my first video when drip was at 24 cents. So I feel good about that. But look at these green. Looks like a little more green going on than the reds. So from what they say, that's a good thing, right? Anyway, um, as I continue to try to educate myself more in this space in the pursuit of financial freedom, I wish you all well. This is Blue Chip Drip, best week coração, best week coração.